FamilySearch is a genealogy organization operated by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. It is the largest genealogy organization in the world. FamilySearch offers free access to its resources and services online at familysearch.org. The record search is very powerful. When I come down here, the first thing that catches my eye is that there's a wiki. That's going to be where I'm going to find documentation. Unfortunately, this wiki is pretty light in how to use the interface, but it's got great tips on genealogy. There's a lot of things here that you might miss as a new. The search is very smart. When I type in Mary up here and Miller down here, I'm going to get I got 345,000 results. It's going to give me Marys, it's going to give me Maries, it's going to give me Marias, it's going to give me Marians, it's going to give me anybody that has an initial M. For the Miller, it's going to give me Millers, Muellers, Mollers, Mullers. You get the drift. So how do I make sense of this? Well, let's do some refining with a collection. Let's just refine this with a collection. Come on, click collection. Let's just go to German births. And I'm going to say filter these. Oh, there. It says Maria. It says Marie. And these all say Millers because the Millers are coming before the Muellers because that's what I asked for. Now, if I wanted to get an exact match, I can click on that and just get all Marys. I'm going to redo the search now. Oh, and there's two, actually. Mary Muller and Mary Barbara Muller. So it doesn't matter. Once you've set any kind of filters like that, it's pretty good idea to reset the form. You're going to want to use this reset button down here quite often because once you set filters and refine things, in fact even doing searches, it can corrupt the search string, which is what happens up here. And you'll see like collection and you have no idea why it's turned on and you stop getting the results that you look for. So I reset my search engine all the time. The record search supports wildcards. Use a question mark to replace one character, or use a star to replace 0 or more characters. Or of course you can just leave the field blank, and that's the ultimate wildcard. I hope you can see this. I've filled in M question mark LLY, and that's going to give me Millie's and Molly. And if I look far enough, I might find a Melly in here, but I don't see one up front. That's substituting one character. Let's say I wanted to do anybody that H, E, and star. And I get Henrys, and I get Helens, and I get Herberts. And if I want to refine my search, let's see if we get gender. Let's just make these just males. And it's searching again. Well, that took a little bit of time, but finally we get Henrys and Herberts and Hermans. So there we go with wildcards. You can also combine them. Look at this. I've got B question mark L star SLAG star. Let me run this search. And when the search finally came back, I got Balzer, Bolzer, Belzer, Belzen, Baltzen, Balsam. And guess what? These guys are all the same person. You can see how wildcards in combination can be quite powerful. Use more specific criteria to bring the records you are looking for to the top of the list. It might be fun the first couple of times to pop through the list looking for the records you need, but it gets old really fast. So what did I mean by that? I've got Herman Miller, his birthplace, his age, but let me go down a little bit further. I am going to add a spouse because the records I'm looking for support spouse. I'm going to add another person because his daughter is Betty, and I'm going to change the record type to census records, and when I do my search, voila, here he is in 1930 in Greenup. Here he is in 1940 in Muskegon. Here he is back in 1930 in Muskegon. If somebody's going to be rolling around, add people to their things. Anybody that's going to come up in other, or anybody that's going to come up as a spouse, those are the people that you want to add. And it makes it really easy to pop them to the top of the list. Another way you could do this is to add a residence place. Now, I was using Michigan because when you do the location, you can restrict records by location, and that only let you do it to the state level. I was doing all my searches at the state level without realizing that I could add a town and a county in front of the state and just get the records I needed. So here he is in 1930, 1920, 1910, 1900, 1880, 1860. Whew. All at the top of the list. I didn't have to go digging anywhere. One thing you should probably notice is that I had 20,588 results on my William Miller search. So you can see that this it's very good to add extra criteria. Now, one other thing I wanted to show you is that these little arrows over here open a record in line, and the other stuff comes down below it. So you can open and close a record in line, or you can click on the link and just go to another place. So I'm going to open this up. Now we're looking at the data from the 1910 census, and look down here. All we have is the age and gender, but we've got all sorts of extra information up here on William, who we clicked on. Please note that you can click on these other people, and you get their expanded information with their birth date, their month and birth date that was on that record of the census, and how many children they've had. So yes, you can click through those. Also, you can go to the film number and get everybody that was on that film. Often. Sometimes there are records that you need to pay for to go to a paid for site like Ancestry or Fold3, but oftentimes you can just click on the image and see them in here. Also, when you come down to the bottom of any of the pages, way down at the bottom there's a site map. When you click on that, it gives you all sorts of extra information, specialty searches on immigration and Civil War eras, and it's really something that you ought to explore, and it's not on the menu. You have to go down to the site tree or the site map, and who in this day and age thinks to look at a site map when you've already got a beautiful menu up at the top? Just wanted you to know that. So in summary, the search function is very powerful, but you need to use the form reset button often. Use wildcards such as the question mark and star to expand your searches. Narrow search results using filters and exact. Use more specific criteria to bring the records you are looking for to the top of the list. The event place can be more specific than the location restriction allows. Use town, county, and state. And explore the specialty searches in the sitemap.